Nehemiah 12. These are the priests and Levites who went up with Zerubbabel son of Shealtiel and with Joshua, Seraiah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Maluka, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rehum, Meremoth, Iddo, Ginethoi, Abijah, Mijamin, Maadiad, Bilgah, Shemaiah, Joarib, Jedaiah, Sallu, Amuk, Hilkiah, Jedaiah. These were the heads of the priests and their relatives in the days of Joshua. The Levites: Joshua, Binwi, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah and Mattaniah. He and his relatives were in charge of the songs of praise. Bakbukiah, Uni and their relatives stood opposite them in the services. Joshua fathered Joachim. Joachim fathered Eliashiv. Eliashiv fathered Joiada. Joiada fathered Jonathan. And Jonathan fathered Jadua. In the days of Joachim, the heads of the priestly families were: Meraiah of Seraiah, Hananiah of Jeremiah, Meshullam of Ezra, Jehohanan of Amariah, Jonathan of Maluki, Joseph of Shabaniah, Adna of Haram, Helka of Meraioth, Zechariah of Iddo, Meshullam of Ginethon, Zichri of Abijah, Piltai of Modiah, of Miniamin, Shammua of Bilgah, Jehonathan of Shemaiah, Mattina of Joarib, Utzi of Jedaiah, Kalai of Salai, Eber of Amuk, Hashabiah of Hilkiah, and Nethanel of Jedaiah. In the days of Eliashiv, Joiada, Johanan and Jadua, the heads of the families of the Levites and priests were recorded while Darius the Persian ruled. Levi's descendants, the family heads, were recorded in the book of the historical events during the days of Johanan son of Eliashiv. The heads of the Levites Hashabiah, Sherebiah and Joshua son of Kadmiel, along with their relatives opposite them, gave praise and thanks, division by division, as David the man of God had prescribed. This included Mattaniah, Bakbukiah and Obadiah. Meshullam, Talman and Akub were gatekeepers who guarded the storerooms at the city gates. These served in the days of Joachim son of Joshua, son of Josadak, and in the days of Nehemiah the governor and Ezra the priest and scribe. Dedication of the wall. At the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sent for the Levites wherever they lived and brought them to Jerusalem to celebrate the joyous dedication with thanksgiving and singing accompanied by cymbals, harps, and lyres. The singers gathered from the region around Jerusalem, from the settlements of the Netophathites, from Beth Gilgal, and from the fields of Geba and Azmaveth, for they had built settlements for themselves around Jerusalem. After the priests and Levites had purified themselves, they purified the people, the city gates, and the wall. Then I brought the leaders of Judah up on top of the wall, and I appointed 2 large processions that gave thanks. One went to the right on the wall, toward the dung gate. Hoshea and half the leaders of Judah followed, along with Azariah, Ezra, Meshullam, Judah, Benjamin, Shemaiah, Jeremiah and some of the priests' sons with trumpets, and Zechariah son of Jonathan, son of Shemaiah, son of Mattaniah, son of Micaiah, son of Zachar, son of Asaph followed, as well as his relatives Shemaiah, Azarel, Milalai, Jalalat, Maai, Nethanel, Judah and Hanani, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God. Ezra the scribe went in front of them. At the fountain gate they climbed the steps of the city of David on the ascent of the wall and went above the house of David to the water gate on the east. The second thanksgiving procession went to the left, and I followed it with half the people along the top of the wall, past the tower of the ovens to the broad wall, above the Ephraim gate, and by the old gate, the fish gate, the tower of Hananel, and the tower of the 100, to the sheep gate. They stopped at the gate of the guard. The 2 thanksgiving processions stood in the house of God. So did I and half of the officials accompanying me, as well as the priests: Eliakim, Maaseiah, Miniamin, Micaiah, Elioenah, Zechariah, and Hananiah, with trumpets. And Maaseiah, Shemaiah, Eleazar, Utzi, Jehohanan, Malchijah, Elam and Ezer. Then the singers sang, with Jezreiah as the leader. On that day they offered great sacrifices and rejoiced because God had given them great joy. The women and children also celebrated, and Jerusalem's rejoicing was heard far away. Support of the Levites' ministry. On that same day men were placed in charge of the rooms that housed the supplies, contributions, first fruits, and tenths. The legally required portions for the priests and Levites were gathered from the village fields, because Judah was grateful to the priests and Levites who were serving. They performed the service of their God and the service of purification, along with the singers and gatekeepers, as David and his son Solomon had prescribed. For long ago, in the days of David and Asaph, there were heads of the singers and songs of praise and thanksgiving to God. So in the days of Zerubbabel and Nehemiah, all Israel contributed the daily portions for the singers and gatekeepers. They also set aside daily portions for the Levites, and the Levites set aside daily portions for Aaron's descendants.